Are you sick and tired of gambling your hard-earned money on Madden packs? Look no further than my sponsor, MMOEXP, for the cheapest and most reliable MUT coins on the market. And don't forget to use code Ferdy at checkout for 5% off. What's going on, guys? Today we got the playoff promo, and honestly, it looks pretty good. EA kind of did their thing with Playoffs Part 1, which I honestly wasn't expecting. Normally, they drop the ball, and I think it's a pretty solid drop with some pretty cool concepts, and a nice little house rules game mode. It looks pretty cool, but yeah, let's just get started. We're gonna grade every single card. Before we get started, of course, if you are in the 50% of people who watch the videos and are not subscribed, let's change that right now. Head down there, scroll down there right now, do it right now, head down there, hit the subscribe button, turn those notifications. And if you want a chance to be shouted out in the next video, comment which of today's playoff cards that you're most excited for. Now, let's get started. Okay, so let's get started with the 90 overall. So, Cedric Tillman, this card's actually going to be really, really good because he has 93 speed as a 90 overall. You can, of course, upgrade this card to a 93 no matter what. It's not like the Harvest, objective cards or Thanksgiving Day cards where if they don't do their goals, you can't upgrade them. They're kind of just stuck. With these cards, even if your team loses, say you're a Browns fan, they lose this weekend, which, they probably won't. Maybe they will. I don't know. I may just jinx them. I'm sorry. But Cedric Tillman will go up to a 91 overall for free. It's kind of going to be like training, I would imagine. Or it could be coins. Who knows what it's going to be. But even if they do lose, all you're going to have to do now, yeah, it does say for training. All you're going to have to do now is just spend training to upgrade the card instead of being able to upgrade it for free, which is not that big of a deal. So if speed does correlate with overall, potentially a 96 speed, 6'3" Cedric Tillman, get your hands on this card if you're like a budget, no money spent player now, because he's got crazy potential. Now, I'm going to kind of grade these cards based on if they are 93 overalls, and I think Cedric Tillman, honestly, it's going to be like an A. I mean, good route running stats, good short route running. Actually, that's really it, though. But I'm still going to give him an A. I think he's still an A with that size and that speed right now. In 3 weeks, I still think 96 speed on a receiver is going to be really, really nice. So, Cedric Tillman, I'm going to give him an A. Tristan Wirfs, it would be pretty good, actually. 350, 345 as far as weight goes, which, okay, 93 Christian Wirfs, though. I'm going to give him a B+. Let's go B+ for Tristan Wirfs. Fully upgraded Jordan Poyer with potentially 94 speed. Okay, 92 zone, 90 man, or 82 man, 90 zone coverage, 91 pursuit. This card looks like a B to me. I'm going to give him a B for Jordan Poyer. Next up, Tony Pollard. Potentially 95 speed for Tony Pollard, which is actually pretty crazy. You're going to have the acceleration to almost kind of match him. Break tackle, carrying. Okay. Let's say Tony Pollard, he probably won't be anything crazy. I'm still going to give him, even with the 95 speed. Again, it'll be 3 weeks from now, so I'm going to give him probably like a B-ish. It's kind of tough to grade, rank these cards, but because you don't really know exactly what the +3 is going to be, but you, of course, kind of have a decent idea. This card, he doesn't look that great. Actually, he looks pretty good. Acceleration 91. He's almost just like, he's probably going to, I don't know, but if he gets +3, 87, potentially 94, 90, somewhere in that range, 94-ish speed, like that's going to be crazy. So, a 94 acceleration on a defensive tackle that's also 330 in the middle, which we know weight matters now, is somewhat of a big deal. So I would actually probably give Elam McNeil, unfortunately not either 90 power move or finesse move. If he had one of those, he's pretty close to being the best defensive tackle in the game right now because of the acceleration, but I'll give him a B+. I wish he had one threshold, but even with the upgrades, he still will not get that. We then have Trent McDuffie, 5'11". Okay, he's got 91 speed, zone, and man will both go over 90. So Trent McDuffie, pretty solid. I think he's like a B as well. Jason Kelsey's up next. Should be able to get all over 90 with the +3, and when that does happen, I'd be a W, man. This card looks pretty good to me. Should play well, no issues here. I'm gonna give him like a B+. He'll be just a solid offensive lineman that you can probably use for a while with over 90 in every single stat. Next up, Aaron Jones, 90, potentially 95 speed, just like Tony Pollard. So 92 acceleration, good catching, carrying a little bit low, but keep in mind +3, 87. It'll be at around there, which is pretty normal. 208, 5'9", right? So he'll be all right. I think he's not going to play like anything special, but Aaron Jones is going to be like a solid B card in my opinion, even when he's fully upgraded. Next up, we got Cameron Jordan. Okay, Cameron Jordan, they made him really fast. Wow, Cameron Jordan with potentially 90 speed on a card. is going to be kind of wild. I won't lie, but that looks solid to me. 295, which is, again, weight does matter now. 82 acceleration does scare me a little bit, but I'll probably give this card just a B as well. You know, I'm not writing home about a Cameron Jordan. This card could be pretty good. Okay. 6'2", +3 speed, 95 speed Jordan Fuller, when fully upgraded, should be able to get to 90-90 with 77 hit power, which is something that they highlighted about the card. 92 acceleration. This card's pretty good. And he's always a safety. Okay, he's a safety. Jordan Fuller, I might give him an A. This card is going to be really, really nice because even if you don't have a Rams team, 95 speed, you know, 6'2" is still tough to come by, so I had to give him a pretty good grade. And also, we of course have the strat card, the playoff strat card you're able to use too, which, you know, is going to add it's kind of going to round off a lot of these cards. So I'm excited to see what a lot of those boosts do for some cards. But next up, we got Lester Cotton. Lester Cotton Sr. Okay. 6'4", 325 pounds. Offensive lineman here. He's all right. I'll give him a B. I'll give him a B minus. He's going to be okay. He's going to be just okay. Lester Cotton. Okay, on to the next page here. We got a couple more 90s to talk about. We got Blake Cashman, Jet Legend, with only 90 speed, 71 zone coverage. This card's going to get like a C. Not that great. Next up, we have our first 91. That's going to be MVS, 93 speed. So, you know, is he crazy? No, I still think he's probably going to be like a low A tier receiver at 6'4", 93 speed. So I'm going to give MVS probably like a B. I'll give him like a B at most. I'll give him a B. 91, Tyron Smith. Okay, Tyron Smith. And 320 is not the greatest weight right now. But it looks pretty good. Basically almost over 90 everywhere besides pass block, which is actually somewhat important. So I'm going to give him a B there. I'm going to give him a B. It's actually kind of an important stat. Next up, we got Denzel Perryman. We got 90 speed on him, right outside linebacker. But again, under 70 power move. And then under 70 finesse move, which means he will get fatigued a lot more. And I played a couple games yesterday, and I immediately noticed, like, EA subbing my players out because they're too tired on defense, which I do think will get an adjustment. I don't think it's going to stay that way for the rest of the year, but it is going to be a problem if you use some of these, you know, non-pass rush, like, you know, 240. Like, Denzel Perryman pretty much unusable in this game unless you're going to user him. So, you know, right now, I'm going to give him like a C minus. He's just not a great card. Next we have Colton McKivitz. Okay, he's actually the Niners +1, but because they got a bye week, they start as 91s. That's the big thing here. So this card looks pretty good. Pretty much all not over 90 everywhere, but pretty good looking card. 301, a little bit light, a little lighter than I would like to see, but not awful. Not awful. I'm gonna give him like a B as well. A lot of these cards are just kind of gonna be B's. And Isaiah Likely could be a stud. Oh, wait, no, this is actually not I thought this was going to be the buy Isaiah Likely, but it's not. Okay, 90 short route running, 91 speed, 6'5". I'll give him a C+. And next up, we have Shaquille Leonard here. Shaquille Leonard, Eagles legend, of course. 92 speed, 89 acceleration, field general, 70 zone coverage. He's actually pretty good against the run, but I'm not going to go crazy over this card, right? I'm just not. So let's give him a C. Next up, Kalijah Chancey, I believe his name is. Okay, Kalijah Chancey, 91 speed, 89 acceleration, 280. Okay, I'll give him a C for Kalijah Chancey. Next up, Xavier Howard. Xavier Howard, they made these cards like much better than I thought they were going to be, honestly. 93 speed, pretty good for 91. Like, not bad. Could definitely play on a Dolphins team. In my opinion, definitely could, so I'm going to give him a C+ as well. Wait, what was it? Over 90 man, 90 zone? No, it's not. But over 90 man, at least for you man-to-man guys out there. Next up, Tyler Higbee. 91 speed. Okay, not great. C+. C-. I'm going to go C-. Next up, we got Dre Greenlaw. 90. Like, see, this is another example of a card that you literally cannot use. He's 230. He's 230. With under 70 finesse and power moves, he can probably just play in the game one time and he's cooked. Especially if you play him at his natural position. If you're running like two inside linebackers, use him there. He can probably hide a little bit better. But if he's ever blitzing, or even in the run game, I've noticed these guys getting really, really fatigued or really like pushed down the field because of weight and things like that. So, yeah, this card, I gotta give him like a D because 230 with these stats is just not gonna play well right now in this game. Next, we have John Kaminsky. This guy's actually had a pretty good season, I believe. He's got right end, 90 speed, 87 acceleration, 90 power moves, 285, 92 strength. He's like a B-. He's nothing to write home about. Next up, we have Jadeveon Clowney. This card will upgrade throughout, the season, or throughout the playoffs, my bad. And a bunch of different team chems: Texans, Ravens, Browns, Seattle, Titans. 92 speed on the card. Only will be able to add +2 on top of that. So all I'm gonna say is, actually, I don't know. Let me update my thoughts on Jadeveon Clowney cards, because I love Jadeveon Clowney cards. I always have, and they're not as good as they once were. They used to give this man Lawrence Taylor traits. They don't do that anymore because he's kind of in the league now, and he plays solid, but he's not Lawrence Taylor in the league now, right? But he used to get that Lawrence Taylor respect. Madden 20 free agent Jadeveon Clowney, if you know, you know. But pretty solid card. I'll give him a B+. I think it'll end up being pretty good. The one that does scare me, 255, but I've been using 255 recently on pass rushers, and if you want any kind of speed, you are going to have to kind of trade the weight, unfortunately. So, it's kind of a give or take at this point in Madden. If they do fix this patch, I'm not going to say fix it, but adjust it. It could change some things, but I still think Jadeveon Clowney, I'll give him a B+. Next up, we got Spencer Brown. A lot of 91s here. 94 pass block for a right tackle is actually really, really good, and 90 run block also really, really good. This card's actually pretty nice. Spencer Brown's a pretty good card. Only 314 though, which again hurts. 314 only on a 6'8" man. My man's got to hit the gym, or not the gym, the Mickey D's or something like that. Try to get him beefed up a little bit. I'd like to see him at least like right tackles right now. I was using Charles Cross yesterday. I'm not sure. I haven't checked what Charles Cross's weight is, but I'm telling you, this guy was getting tossed around. Charles Cross, I was seeing animations that I haven't. His name's Sweet Feet, right? I was seeing animations that I haven't seen yet, and he's 311, so it does actually check out. I, of course, was using him for his speed boost, but it does actually check out why he was getting kind of tossed around yesterday, especially against some of the heavier guys that people are starting to use now. So Spencer Brown, I'll give him a B, but just know that it does scare me a little bit with him having that weight. Next up, we got Joel Bitonio. Over 90 everywhere. I mean, that's a pretty good buy. 320 as a guard, not as scary to me, but over 90 every single stat. If you do get a B&D option from this promo, I do like Joel Bitonio as a as a left guard that you can just kind of put in your lineup, set and forget until maybe March. Like he'll be fine. He'll be able to hold his own out there. Next up, we have the free login Darrelle Revis. He starts as an 86 overall, but upgrades to a 92 through challenges and objectives and things like that, which unfortunately I'm going to have to probably grind this card. Or maybe I won't even grind this card. Of course, I want to bring back the Jets team series for the off season, but I'm hoping this is not going to be our best Darrelle Revis. I'm hoping it's not, and he's in a Patriots uniform. Like, that's nasty work to me. Nasty work. Like, it makes me sick seeing that still. It does. He went to the Patriots. He did that. He won a bowl, though. Respect, but, it is what it is. Okay, 94 acceleration, 93 speed. He's got good stats. 85 player, a little bit scary. I'd give this card probably like a B+. He's nothing special, right? He's just not. He's a B+ for his overall as a 92. I'm not going crazy about him. Okay, this card, though, I'll go crazy about, okay? Tua Tagovailoa, this card is going to be very, very good. The one bar of entry is going to end up being the fact that he is a lefty. So if you don't like lefties, you maybe won't like Tua. He's basically going to be Jalen Hurts from the left side, but the big difference about this card is he's actually one of two Hot Route Master set feet lead QBs that we now have in the game right now. So it's kind of a big deal. I would say using Gunslinger does make sense on this card. So if you don't need a Hot Route Master, right? If you like having some hot routes, but you're running apprentices right now and you want to add Tua, I would almost say don't switch to Hot Route Master. Just stick with Gunslinger and set feet on the card. I know he's the first to do it. I know he is, and it's going to be a 7 AP setup, so you're going to have one more AP to put on Jukebox or wherever else you want to put it. But I would almost say it's just kind of stick with what you're doing. Unless you're using, I guess, 2 or more apprentices on your field, then I probably wouldn't touch it. But, Hot Route Master, obviously great value because you get it for 2 AP and you kind of adjust every single route in the field, which if you wanted to do that without, without Hot Route Master, it would cost you at least 4 to 5 AP. So I guess it does make sense. I don't know, probably more than that actually, because each is 2. If you don't have discounts, it makes sense. But this card's gonna play really, really well. I'm telling you right now, I'm excited to try this card out. I'm gonna make a video on him today for sure. So I'm excited to use Tua. I'm gonna give this card, I'll give him an A. I'll give him an A. If his release was one of the top tier ones, in my opinion, I would give him A+, but it's just not. So that's the only thing that really holds back Tua, in my opinion. And also, if you are someone that doesn't even need hot routes at all, Tua doesn't make sense to go after if you're picking out of one of the quarterbacks that's coming out today. And the next one's going to be Jordan Love. Let's talk Jordan Love. Jordan Love, I do think, is actually going to be the better option because he has the Slinger 1 release. He's a righty, which more people do like. And also, righties do roll out better, right and left. They do. It's a fact. If you have a left-handed quarterback and you want to roll right, it's just such a process compared to a lefty rolling right or rolling left. It makes no sense, but just Madden. It's just Madden. So Jordan Love, to me, I love the Slinger 1 release. Some people will say that, I think number one to me right now is William Perry or Lamar Jackson. They're the top dog QB in the game right now. That's the best release this year. Whatever release William Perry and Lamar have, that's the best release. And then I do like the Slinger 1. I still think Slinger 1 is very, very good. Is it worse? Yes, but not by much. I would still say it's very, very good. And I would almost take the trade-off between Jordan Love and William Perry and Lamar because you're going to be able to get Seffi and Hot Route Master on the card, which is actually a big deal. Again, if you don't need Hot Route Master, though, you could just run Seffi lead for 4 AP, save 1 AP pretty much. Save 1 AP, then go gift wrap. That's going to be a 5 AP setup right there. Or you can Gunslinger's going to be 2. But honestly, from my experiences here, using Slinger 1 on Mike Vick throughout the whole year pretty much, you don't really need Gunslinger. It's not that big of a deal. Of course, all the stats are perfect, all over 90, 6'4", and it's looking like they might make him a pretty decent ball carrier as well, giving him 92 speed, which is pretty crazy, but good looking card. I'm excited to try out Jordan Love too. I'll probably make his video first today and then Tua later, but I'm gonna get Jordan Love an A+. I think he's a very, very good card. And it's rare that we see a sought after card that's not an LTD. Wow, good job, EA. That's crazy. Next up. Wait, I missed a couple. We're on Zadarius Smith. My bad. Big promo drop. We're already at 16 minutes. Or 17 minutes, I guess, if I put the intro in, right? But, okay, 91 acceleration, 92 speed, 95 block shed, 272. Pretty good weight. 95 finesse move. Oh, this card's really good. Hold up. This card is actually a dog. Wow. Zadarius. He's actually a stud. I don't want to have to put I'm just going to put S. Smith in, right? Bro, if he's got good traits, this card's going to be special. He's got 2 or 3 traits on his core elite. Could they change? Yes. Do they rarely change? Yes. They could change it. High motor on yes, at least is pretty good. I would love to see clutch on yes too. It's a pretty big deal, especially for late in games. But bull rush move yes, swim move yes, spin move yes. This card is going to be really good. He does get edge threat elite for 3, where we do have some guys that do get it for 2. Terrell Suggs, JJ Watt. No outsiders. 1 AP is also really, really good. This card's gonna be really good. Great weight, in my opinion, for an edge rusher that also has good speed, perfect stats, pretty much. Really good card. I'm gonna give this card an A. I'm gonna give him an A+. I think Zadarius Smith's gonna be one of the most underrated cards from today's drop. He is really good. Really good card. Next up, Darius Slay. 94 speed, 97 acceleration. Might kind of play crazy. Deep out zone KO, which is perfect for a lot of more people than not, right? 93 man coverage, 94 zone coverage, 6'1", 190. I'm gonna give him an A. Good looking card. Very good looking card. I think he's gonna play very, very well. Next up, we have Isaiah Samalo, probably is how you say it. Salamalo, Troy Palomalo. Okay, 95 strength, 303. Again, like these. I feel like I'm. Why are these linemen lighter? I don't know. It kind of surprises me. I don't know why, but he's a guard, so it's not as big of a deal because you want him to pick up the corners and edge rushers, who are usually a little bit, lighter. My bad, but really good stats on this card. 95 run block. He might find a way to make the team here with these kind of stats because these stats are these kind of stats that can last you into March. The weight is the only thing that does scare me a little bit. I'm gonna give him an A, but another really good card from today's drop. Next up, we have Dalton Schultz, probably one of the not one of the worst cards, right? From today's drop, but not the best. 92 speed. We have much faster options already in the game. 6'5", 244. So, 87 run block actually does make him somewhat different to me. Because of that, I'll give him an A-. I was probably gonna go like B+, but because he has run block, I'll give him that. And also 1 AP Titan Apprentice, also pretty nice for beating man coverage and things like that. I think it's one of the more underrated apprentices in the game. Of course, if you have Hot Route Master, don't worry about it. Next up, Ryan Neal. One of my favorite cards right here from the drop. He's an absolute stud. He pick guard is 0 AP, mid-zone KO, so they want you to kind of user this card. But it doesn't matter where you want to play him. You can kind of do everything. Man, zone, can even hit pretty well for a safety, right? 93 acceleration, 95 speed, 6'3". I thought he was actually a little bit taller, to be honest, but card's gonna play pretty well. I actually did user Ryan Neal earlier this year in a CFM, and I'm telling you right now, his card does move fine. Like, he moves fine, he plays fine, he plays pretty big. So yeah, Ryan Neal, I do like the card. I won't lie, I'm gonna give him an A+. One of the best cards from today's drop, and regardless of what team you got, he's a pretty good ad. I would have liked to have seen like a deep in zone KO, but it is what it is. Next up, we got Ernest Jones, middle linebacker, free lurk artist, 1 AP enforcer, 6'2", 230 with 93 speed, not bad. 95 hit power, not bad. 90 tackling, 90 zone. I wonder what that man coverage is going to be, but it's actually pretty solid, honestly. 0 AP lurk artist, 6'2". I'll give him like an A. I think this card's got decent potential. Again, the weight does scare me for whatever reason. Sometimes those linebackers get tired too. I don't know what it is, but it is what it is. It's kind of how the game's playing these days. Creed Humphrey, absolute stud. So of course he also can get his AKA, country strong, boost that his previous card had. So I think it's gonna be exactly the same. It won't be any different. But one thing I will say about this card is he's a great card. Don't get me wrong. Like, he's again a card you add to your team that can be on your team maybe even until April. Like he's a center too, so it's not that big of a deal. If you're not gonna run abilities, you can probably run them until April. Realistically, you probably could, unless 0 AP secure protectors become the meta like they were last year, which could definitely happen. I will say that right now. But I'm gonna give Creed an A+. He's gonna be a really damn good card. But the only thing is Kevin Mawe exists and he's gonna be free compared to Creed Humphrey. He's probably gonna cost about 400K, 450, maybe even 500 for today's content, because there is a playoff promo theme team, by the way. Next up, Malik Hooker, 6'1". I think he's gonna be an A+ as well. Deep in zone. This is actually probably a card I will try to fit onto my team at 6'1" with free pick artist. I don't know if I can probably fit him in because I got that. Yeah, I don't know if he's gonna fit onto my squad, but I do think if you need a deep in zone KO, he's one of the better options right now. Like, better than Winfield or even probably Jack Tatum as well. A really good looking card here. Yeah, I'm gonna go A+. I'm gonna go A+ for Malik Hooker. Next up, we got Taylor Decker, who edge protector for 1 AP is pretty good. Just from playing yesterday, I did kind of mention it in the pinned comment of yesterday's video. But if edge threats are firing like they once did, edge protectors could be pretty good to kind of counter that. But they're not that great still. Even against non-edge protect, even edge threats on non-edge protectors, it's still like a low chance that you kind of get shed on. It is 1 AP. I'm probably not going to use offensive lineman abilities until there's 0 AP. That's just my opinion. I probably won't do it. But very good stats on this card. I will say that right now. Again, another really good A+. They made these offensive linemen really, really good. And if you have a complete team and you just maybe want to pick one of the cards or want to do one of the sets, do one of these linemen, because again, they can legitimately be in your team and you just set and forget them. They'll be there for, like, a lot of these guys have really good stats. They could be in your team until March, April. Like, I'm dead serious. They really could. Next up, we got James Cook. Okay, someone said, I think he's better than Barry. No, the problem with the running back position right now, in my opinion, is if you're not using these special X factors, until the stats really outweigh these cards that we've been getting with special X factors, I really just don't see a world where, like, I don't see a world where I'm choosing, anyone over the special X factor running backs. I just don't see a world. I just can't imagine it. I just don't know. I just don't know. But Jukebox 1 AP, Backfield Master 2 AP. Oh, because it also adds better route running. I would almost just rather have that or RB Apprentice, to be honest, because Texas routes are so good already. But either way, good looking card, really good looking stats. I'm gonna give him an A, but unfortunately doesn't get those special X factors, which people are gonna roll their eyes at. But it is what it is. That's just how the game plays. That's kind of the upgrade path this year. Next up, we have our limited times. Our last two cards, limited times. Zay Flowers, 5'10", is gonna be the issue here. 96 speed. So if you're someone that did like the way that Zero Chill Tyreek Hill played, this card's going to play pretty similar to that. The big difference for me is just going to be like, I guess cards are just faster now than when Tyreek Hill first came out. Pretty similar, like a playmaker, mid-in, route tech for 3 AP, I think is pretty unique on the card, but not really worth using in my opinion. But good looking card. I would probably give him like an A-. I just don't see this card really being worth his price at 5'10", and yeah, is he an S tier receiver? Yeah, I do think so, but I'm gonna give him an A-. I'm going to go A- on Zay Flowers. I'm going to go A-. And finally, Nick Bosa. This card looks like he's going to be a stud. Again, Edge Shred Elite for 3 AP. I think it should be 2. We have 2 AP Edge Shred Elite guys in the game already. I would think a 95 overall would be someone that would fit that mold for sure, but he's not. 97 block shot, however, with 93 speed, 90 acceleration, 95 finesse move, as well as 95 power move. And I would imagine Bosa is one of those guys that gets perfect traits. Bosa had a great year. The fact this is actually his first upgrade's criminal, but high motor on yes. And also, I wonder why ends don't get the clutch trait. Like, there's not even an option for them to actually get the clutch trait, where on linebackers they can get the clutch trait. So it almost makes me think, like, are using linebackers better off the edge, or I don't know. But Nick Bosa, easy A+. This card's an absolute monster. If you pull him and he's going for like over $1 million, I would probably sell. But if he's going for like 6, 7 today somehow, I think he's low-key a buy. Like, he's gonna be one of the better passers in this game, because he's also 266, which is actually not a bad weight. Matched up with the strength and the power moves and the acceleration, this card's going to be an absolute monster. Again, would have liked to have seen a 2 AP Edge Shred Elite, but it is what it is. It is what it is. So today's playoff promo, honestly, a really, really good drop. I gave a lot of the cards A's today, almost a 30-minute video. So if you made it to the end, I appreciate you. I really do. I just kind of, I kind of just waffle in these videos and kind of go over the whole promo. So I, of course, appreciate you guys. We're always showing love on these videos as well, for real. Like, these videos do like really, really well. So I appreciate you guys for watching the videos. As far as the grade I would give this promo today, I'm going to give it an A. It's an A content drop, a good looking content drop, a lot of good cards. And also, I love this new format. I hated the bullshit, we're going to drop some throwback legends for the playoff promo, which is lazy, honestly. I'm glad we're back to the teams in the playoffs getting the upgrades. Good job, EA. I haven't said that much this year, but I'm saying it right now. Good job, EA Sports. Besides season 4, what we doing? What's good with season 4? What's good? Like, what's going on? Either way, I'll see you boys in the next one. I gotta stop waffling. And again, 2 gameplays today. Hopefully you guys enjoy them. I'll see you boys in the next one.